Hey guys, welcome to our Flying Watch a Thumbnail episode. Continued on from last time. Hope you enjoy it.
It should be based on what you've learned, what you've for example, I cannot walk into a rocket scientist job because I do not have that skill set. Um, but there could be another person who does have that skill set. But there are employers out there that will not, maybe that person is gay and they won't give them that job because of that. And that's wrong. Well, what's that got to do with them being a rocket scientist? What? Somebody explain to me what that has got to do with that.
You don't want people
Because
explaining.
I am very, very pro the LGBTQ community because I'm just very proud of what they're doing. I am very proud of what they're doing. I know there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh my God, they're all whatever this right wing, left wingers, and oh they want this, they want that, and no, they just want to be seen as to be said, well, it doesn't matter because you have that skill set that we need for this job, so therefore you can have the job. um then that's, I suppose that's what I'm trying to get at. I hope people understand that and don't feel that I'm just I am just very, I suppose I'm very pro human. It doesn't matter about color, it doesn't matter about race, it doesn't matter about sexuality, it doesn't matter about gender to me. For example, we'll make up a name, Monica. This is Monica. She has the exact skill sets you need for the particular thing that you want to do. Great. I'm going to have Monica as that particular thing for whatever it is that I've asked her to do. I hope that makes sense to people. And I know there's probably going to be a lot of comeback on that, and a lot of people say, well, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. And your opinion is just as valid as mine. That's all I can say with that.
I would like to say something.
What?
Like, I'm all LGBTQ and stuff like that, but I do have problems, and this is probably gonna get people to hate me, but I have problems with the trans part of it all. Like, I'm not have problems with trans, like you can be trans, go ahead, but I have problems remembering someone's trans. Like, if you introduce to me yourself, if you're born a girl, but you introduce yourself to me as a boy, I'm gonna remember you as a boy. Like, that's just stuck in my mind now. But I can't do it when I I'm not aiming this at one of my friends, but my friend has done this, and I'm so glad they have chosen some pronouns that they are happy with. But because they went from girl to boy to now nothing, my brain is sometimes stuck on calling them a he or calling them a she. But if you
Um,
give me something like, if someone like my friend who moved away, who was introduced to me as a boy, who still is a boy, I call him Dan. There is no stutter for me there. I'll call him that because that's how I was introduced to him. And
I think if somebody is transgender, and they come out to their family and their friends, they need to sort of expect that. And like you said, if you're introduced to someone who looks like the stereotypical what you would call a female, but you're introduced to them as a boy, I believe it is disrespectful to call them anything else but what they've introduced you to. So if they say, "Oh, hi, my name is Dan," you don't then just turn around and go, "Well, I'm sorry, you look like a girl, so I'm going to call you she," and that's wrong. That's disrespectful. But if you've known that person for a long time and they've said to you, "Actually, I feel really trapped, and this is who I am," then they, as a friend, being your friend and you being their friend, I think that a lot of people will find that actually they don't find it disrespectful if you accidentally slip up because they know you've known them for a long time. um and they've seen you try. It's more disrespectful if you just sort of turn around and say, well, I'm not going to call you he. That's wrong. Again, that's wrong. But if you, for example, they say to you like, oh, that, and then you do call them in, and on the odd occasion you go, oh yeah, she said, oh sorry, they know that that's just a mistake. They know that that's not you being disrespectful. And I think that's the great thing about that community, and it's something that I've always said about that community, even before it became such a big thing over the last few years, is that you always and it's something that I've mentioned to my partner, like, so if you are in a straight bar, it doesn't matter what anyone says, you do sort of feel like you're being judged, you're constantly being looked at, you're constantly like, oh, is she here to pull, is she here to have a good time, is it, you've always got that, you have that feeling the minute you walk in, there is no easiness. Whereas if you are in a gay bar, sorry, I don't know the correct terminology, sorry if that offends people, but if you're in that sort of environment, you don't have that. You are accepted, whether it doesn't matter what, if you're straight, gay, trans, whatever, you're accepted, and you're not looked at. You don't feel like you look. There probably are people in there that are judging you and wondering why you're in there, but you don't feel that. You feel the love that comes from people who have accepted them. And I think it is because what they accept themselves. They find who they are and they accept that, and they're happy to sort of take you under their wing and kind of go. And exactly what I was just saying, they don't care if what your sexuality is or anything. It's, oh, for example, my name's Tiffany, so they'd be, oh, Tiffany, it's great to have you here, and they talk to you about everything and anything, and you just feel accepted. And I think that is another thing about that community, which I think is really great.
What is different between a gay bar and a straight bar? Like, yeah, I get it. Gay people go to a gay bar and straight people go to a straight bar. But is there like a rule that if you're gay, you can't go into a straight bar? Or
I believe there used to be. I don't think that's a rule now. I think.
So why do we still have the differences? Why can't we just call them bars? If you're gay, you're gay.
For me, I've used those differences to put my point across. But you're right. There is really no difference anymore. But there is still that. Unfortunately, there is still that line that there are certain bars that people go to when they're gay, and there are certain people go to when they're straight.
I mean, I suppose
it should not be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It should be that any bars, and I'm sure that any people out there who own bars, who own clubs and whatever, they're like, we don't care. We just want your money. We don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever. Just as long as you're buying drinks, we're happy. But I mean, especially down here where we live, there is still that underlying, there's still that underlying thing, and I feel that that's wrong. I feel that you should be able to go into a place and feel accepted anywhere you go. But unfortunately, I feel that you only get that feeling when you go into bars that are predominantly visited by people who are, gay, bi, whatever.
See, the only reason I can see a bar being gay is if you're looking for other LGBT people. Like, when I
would just like to put out, some people just go to bars to find friends. They don't go to bars to find lovers or whatever. They just go to bars to have a drink, relax.
Yeah, I know. But on the rare occasion you are trying to find a lover and you look up a gay bar because you're gay, I suppose that could be the only reason why they're labelled gay bar, so you can find someone you might like that is the same sexuality as you, that you'll have a chance with. Does that make sense?
I suppose that would be, that would probably be the accepted, I would say the accepted reason why you would use that terminology then. They look good, like good stairs.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing my shading. I'm trying.
Right, well, guys, on that note, I think we will leave you. We're going to speed up things and we'll come back.
I still want to talk.
Well, we can talk when we get back. So we will bring you back in. For you, it'll be a few seconds. For us, it might be about a few minutes. Okay, hi guys, welcome back. You've seen, as you can see, Trinity finished the lab, and now she's, when we left off, she was starting on the stairs. She has beautifully shaded them in and is currently working on the range building. So probably got, if we do another half hour, so go till 2, Trin.
What, and then stop the video there?
Yeah, and then we'll have to stop. I was hoping to get it finished today, but one more sort of stream-like thing, it should be done.
1 to 2, yeah.
So yeah, so she's currently working on the ranch. Trinity, do you want to explain about the different colours that you're using and reason
I'm
why?
petty and I can't be bothered to search up what milkshake looked like on a house. So we've just had a pink ranch. I hope y'all like that.
Well, considering it's meant to be a tribute, I would imagine that's fine.
So anyway, yeah, when we took off, we were talking about My Little Pony before we went into like LGBTQ and stuff like that. Anyway, you said about alicorns being rare in Gen 7. Yeah, you're right, they are rare because you got the main ones. You got Luna, Celestia, I think her name is. I'm saying these like I don't know who they are. Luna, Celestia, Flurry Heart, is that her name?
Yeah.
Cadence and Twilight. Those are the 5 we know so far. But then if you go into the Gen 7 toy stock and the edits they forgot to take out, there is a pink one that the pink one that flaunts around with Fancy Pants all the time. In some scenes she is seen with wings and a horn. And in the game she is seen with wings and a horn. And then there's also the toys that Gen 7 brought out. The twin sisters, the Alicorn twin sisters.
Are they the ones in the bakery?
No. Pumpkin and can't remember the other one are not Alicorns.
Oh, they're the ones that Pinkie Pie looks after, doesn't she?
Yeah, and then Pinkie Pie has her own kid with Cheese Sandwich.
Isn't Cheese Sandwich played by Al Yarnovac? Is it Cheese Sandwich that's played by him, or is it the no, Fancy Pants isn't played by him.
You don't even know who Fancy Pants is. You don't even know who Fancy Pants is.
I don't think I've got that far in the series, but I know I'm sure he plays Cheese Sandwich.
Weird Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them. And then Fancy Pants MLP. And then this is Fancy Pants. And that's the pink unicorn I was talking about. She is seen with wings in many scenes. The one next to him is seen with wings in many scenes.
Have you just brought that up on the video?
Yes.
Can you please remove it?
Why?
Because you do know that's copyright, right?
Oh, whoops. Oh well. You can blur it all out.
Oh, I'll have to just put something in.
But either way, those are them. So there's technically the twin sisters, Flurry Heart, Cadence, Celestia, Luna, Twilight. That's 7, including Rarity's transformation, which would make 8. No, Pinkie Pie has something else. Rarity makes 8. I don't think any others. Yeah. And Mum, if you have to ask me why Rarity makes 8, then you're not really MLP fan, are you?
I know she transforms. I haven't got that far into the series yet. I stopped to watch adult programs like Lucifer and Gotham.
Oh, I love Lucifer. Tom Ellis is amazing.
I've been reading a lot of his posts. I follow him on Instagram and Twitter on my personal account.
Why?
To see when the next series is up, and he's been posting like really funny videos of him and the cast dancing.
Yeah, they do that. I want to know how Trixie's doing, like the actress of Trixie. I want to know how she's like. I wonder if she's had like a glow up or something now that she's had time to grow.
I was going to say she's probably going to come back and be like a lot taller and stuff because she's was at the age where they get like sort of like a growth spurt, don't they?
Yeah.
Children.
Like Henry did in Once Upon a Time. She came back and it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
you rude.
suddenly a fully grown man. I'm still a child, honest.
Then again, they were very smart with that because of the time skip. In Once Upon a Time, they were very smart with that.
But then, yeah, the creators of Once Upon a Time did actually play it quite well. It was sort of like an accepted fact that he'd grown up rather than, and the way they'd done it, you just sort of assumed he would grow up anyway.
Yeah, I looked a bit into it because, spoiler alert, I wanted to know if Killian and Emma stay together because I would like them together. They're very good together.
For all those who haven't seen it, Trinity, do not go any further into that sentence.
But it's so good.
The ending of the whole series is a very, very good end, and normally I complain about the ending of series because they don't end the series. They leave you hanging, thinking, well, you can do another season. You've left us with questions. They do not. Once upon a time, do not do that. They literally tie up every possible loose end that that they have made through the series. With that end scene that you see, which gives the answer to Trinity's current question, which is I'm telling her not to answer. Purely because, now I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, I like spoilers, but I think that this spoiler is just too much of a spoiler. You really do need to watch the series, and you really do need to see the ending for yourself.
They connect you to the characters so much.
They do.
They're
they
not
do.
just characters. You feel emotional connections to them.
Yeah. Actually, you saying that Duskwood episode, it was a bit so the last episode that Duskwood put out, and they're very much the same, but obviously it's a game, so it's a little bit different to a TV series. But you do sort of connect to the characters because you text them and you talk to them and or through this game. Anyway, the ending of the last episode, if you haven't played it, I would totally recommend this game. I felt like crying. I really, really wanted to cry with the way they left it. And it was so... Oh, by the way, I wouldn't tell people under the age of probably 13, do not play Duskwood. Maybe not for you. It's about a killer and you have to find a killer, basically. But it's very graphic. So over the age of 13, I would say it's okay. Me personally, I would let my children... I would not let Acacia watch it because she's 9, but I would definitely let Trinity play it.
Really? Would you? I'm still not allowed to play GTA.
That's because GTA is an 18 and you are currently 17. You have like 9 months.
15-year-olds are playing it.
Anyway, what I was saying was there are mums out there who may not want you to play it. So I would suggest mums, if your kids ask if they can play it, look it up. They have, obviously there's YouTube videos from loads of different people. The creators, they have like videos and stuff on the game. So you can really gauge for yourself what you want to do. If you feel that it's okay for your child to play that game. But anyway, yeah, I will show Trinity the video because she doesn't play the game, but I will show her because it does save it. I just wanted to cry. I just felt like my heart just got ripped out of my chest, and I don't even know these people. Like, they're actors. They're playing characters. You know, you don't actually know this person. You know that this person is not real, but I just wanted to cry so much. And it's the same with Once Upon a Time. I felt the same way with Once Upon a Time. Like, at the end, I was so pleased. I cried, and then the way they did it just makes you feel like you're a part of that family. You're a part of that world. And
when they kill off the characters, it's so hurtful.
And obviously, you know that those people aren't real. They are all actors. Those actors are real. Those actors have their own life. They are not a wicked queen, or they are not a mermaid, or whatever. They're not a hero. They are people, and they have their own lives, and they are only playing a character, a script that is given to them that they bring to life through reading this piece of paper. So yeah, it's just a very powerful ending, and I would definitely recommend the series. It is on Netflix and on other places that you can go to stream videos illegally and stuff like that. You can grab it on there too. But I don't recommend that either. So
you saying about they're not really heroes and stuff. When Regina is questioning about if she's good or evil, I was screaming behind the computer because at that point she'd just done so many good things that it doesn't really matter if she was a hero or not. She deserved to be happy anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think I like Once Upon a Time, because it doesn't give that ending. It doesn't give that, oh, there's heroes and there's villains. It gives a yes, there are heroes and villains, but they also deserve happy endings. Because they're a villain doesn't mean they shouldn't have a happy ending. It just means that they have to work harder for that happy ending, because what they try to get at is that people who are good find it easier to have a happy ending. And that people who are a villain, they have to work really, really hard purely because they make bad choices. They might be good people that do good things, that do bad things. For example, in the beginning, Rumpelstiltskin thoroughly believed he was a good person that was just trying to do the best for his family and made the wrong decisions. And then as time went on, yes, he became a villain, and yes, he did bad things for the sake of being bad. And then he met Emma, and then he changed back to being a good person. He realized that's, and he did, but he still made bad decisions. So you just have to, they just get to the point that they have to work harder for those happy endings.
Yeah, but Rumpelstiltskin was a bit of a subject because there was multiple times he did bad, but then it was like he switched to good as well. Like when he had his blade taken away from him, he was a hero. He was the best person out there. But as soon as he got that power back, he changed again. Wrong. I don't like that.
The Dark One power is an entity itself, and it sort of like questions the fact that it sort of like brings up real life issues. Like when you have demons, when you are fighting like an internal demon and it takes over and makes you do bad things, which a lot of people say, well, no, that person has done the bad thing. And yes, I do agree with that, because technically you are the same person, but it's the thoughts. I'm just trying to make it good. For example, depression. Sometimes, or not recently, but there have been times, and there is a time I remember that I still remember, and I still apologise for to my nan, because I should never have made that choice to do what I did. So basically, it wasn't anything bad. Basically, she bought me some tea towels for my new house. I mean, this is going back. So this is going to this flat that I'm currently living in. So it's like over 11 years ago. So she bought me some tea towels for this place I'm in now. And I was having a really bad depressive day. So by that I mean that I felt angry. Didn't know why I felt angry. I felt paranoid. I felt like the whole world was against me. So obviously, when somebody gives you something, you say thank you. That's the polite thing to do. And I was very, very grateful for these tea towels. I didn't have any, so I was very, very grateful for these tea towels. But instead of saying thank you and saying, oh, great, man, this is what I really needed, which is what I should have said, I looked her straight in the eye and said to her, what, and you didn't get me nothing else? Now, not only did I sound spoiled and rude, I felt I sounded very, very ungrateful, and I love my nan to pieces. And in that second, when those words left my mouth, I swear I saw a little part of her die. Like I crushed her. I broke her heart in that second because of what I had said. And she tells me now, don't be silly. It was a long time ago, and I now understand why you were like that. But that's what I mean. Sorry, I thought that was a door. So that's what I mean by sort of demons. When you struggle with your own demons, sometimes they take over. And even though it's you and you are still making those decisions, bad or good, it's not a decision that you are making in the right frame of mind. So that's very much like how the dark one is. The dark one is an entity that is basically possessing your body because he is a demon within you, and he doesn't make you do these things. You do these things on your own. You make that decision, but he is the little voice in your ear telling you that the whole world is against you, that you should be angry, and you don't know why you're feeling these or what you're doing. It's just making you do it. And there are going to be people out there that kind of go, yeah, I get that, I understand that, I feel that way. And there are going to be people out there that just go, that makes no sense at all. And you know what? That's okay. And for those people who thinking that makes no sense at all, I'm very pleased that you've never had to sort of experience that. It's not a nice feeling. And for those people out there that are saying, yeah, I get that, I know how you feel, you're always welcome to send a message if you ever need a chat. But yeah, it's hard, and it is hard, and that's what I mean by Rumpelstiltskin is a good person making bad decisions. When he started being the dark one, because he made those decisions based for his family, and he was trying to do the best he could.
Except he lost his family because of the power.
Exactly, he lost them because those decisions were not the right ones to make, because he had something in his head telling him that these were the right decisions, even though the good part of him was like, well, no, you know that's not the right decision to do. Why are you doing that? Sort of like the angel and devils. So yeah, it brings up I like how they've brought all these characters into, and it really does make you feel like they've sort of brought these into real life issues.